It's Comic-Con weekend, and we've got one of our first major Marvel panels, and I'm just going to touch on a couple of things that happened. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Will, and this is going to be like a mini rundown where I'm just going to kind of touch on some of the things that were announced at Marvel's first panel at San Diego Comic-Con. So usually with a rundown is when I have a bunch of things I wanted to talk about, but they don't really merit multiple different videos, and I try to cram them all in one. But this is just going to talk about Marvel's animation panel that came out, and a couple of the series that are going to be on Disney+. So before I talk about that, if this is your first time checking me out, hi, my name's Will, and I do geeky stuff on the internet. I do reviews, reactions, discussions, some gaming, some drinking. Just try to have a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoy it as well. If that happens to be your bag and this is your first time and you haven't already, why not subscribe to the channel? Trying to get to 500 subscribers this year. Can't get there without you. So if you'd help me out, that'd be awesome. But let's talk about a couple of the new projects that are coming to Disney Plus from Marvel Studios Animation. Marvel Studios really didn't have a lot of animated series and things like that until What If came out last year, where we got our What If stories with, like, what if Peggy Carter took the Super Soldier Serum, or what if Marvel Zombies, or what if Ultron gained the Infinity Gauntlet, that sort of thing. They already had announced a while back that they were doing a season 2, so they actually kind of gave a little bit more information about season 2, some of the stories that we can expect. They're going to be doing a story based off of Hela. We're going to get one with Odin versus the Mandarin. They're going to kind of pick up from the Captain Carter tease, where she goes up against a Hydra Stomper, which is the Iron Man-esque suit that Steve Rogers had used in season 1. Couple little teases about that. That should be dropping next year. They also did announce that there is going to be a season 3 already, so that's pretty exciting as well. So we got our first teaser for I Am Groot, which I did do a trailer reaction. That should already be on the channel right now, so feel free to check that out. But that looks like it's going to be kind of along the lines of the Baymax series that came out on Disney Plus recently, where it's just a series of shorts starring the character, just having a lot of fun. Really more geared towards younger audiences, but I really enjoyed the Baymax one, so I'm hoping Groot is also a lot of fun as well. But the big things that they were talking about were XMen 97, which is the continuation of the original X-Men the Animated Series that came out in the late 90s. Picking up from where that series left off, we're getting a new team of X-Men led by Magneto this time, and they showed off a lot of concept art, which I don't know if I can show here, but you can look it up online. It's definitely all over the internet at this point. So we got some more teasers of that, some other characters that are going to be in the series. That series isn't planning on being released until late 2023 next year, where we'll get episodes for that, but we also got information that they've already been greenlit for a second season. So that's pretty exciting as well. I was a big fan of the X-Men cartoon, and they've been dropping hints for that since Multiverse of Madness, when we got a live-action version of Patrick Stewart as Professor X. And they also dropped that tease with the finale of Ms. Marvel, when Ms. Marvel was discovered to be a mutant and not an Inhuman. So they've been dropping the theme from that series to kind of signal the arrival of mutants. So this is going to be our first big mutant introduction, probably a few years before we get a live action version of mutants, besides Kamala Khan and Scarlet Witch in the MCU. And I was surprised about the Magneto leading the team as well, but I think they confirmed like Sunspot and Forge and Cable are going to be in it, and Jubilee and Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, Beast. They're going to be like the core X-Men team, and then you'll have other mutants populating the world and some villains and things like that. So that was one of the big announcements. The other big reveal announcement that we've already knew that was coming was Marvel Zombies. They did an episode of Marvel Zombies in What If Season 1, but they've decided now to do a full series for Marvel Zombies. So the huge thing about Marvel Zombies is that this is going to be the first MCU property that's rated TVMA. So this is going to be gory, violent, bloody. It's the first real adult oriented series that is going to be on Disney Plus for the MCU. That's not something that was migrated over from Netflix, like with the Defenders and Daredevil and Punisher and all that stuff that is now on Disney Plus. So this is the first real MCU developed series or movie that is TVMA or rated R. So this is definitely kind of laying the groundwork for Deadpool 3, which is going to be the first R-rated MCU movie coming to the MCU. So they showed off character designs for the characters that are going to be in it. We're going to get zombie versions of the Abomination, of Hawkeye, of Cap, of Icarus from Eternals, of Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and we're also supposed to be getting our heroes are going to mainly be like Yelena Belova, Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, Jimmy Woo, Red Guardian, Shang-Chi, and a couple other characters who are still going to be alive. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, internet, this is supposed to continue from the Marvel Zombies episode that we got in What If, because it seems like a lot of the characters who are already dead are making a return already. So like Hawkeye is in it. Okoye is also dead in this one based off of the character designs. And the character design for Cap, he was cut in half. So that would fall in line with what happened during the What If episode. But based off of how that episode ended, I'm not sure if it is, because there was a zombie Thanos who was waiting to get the Mind Stone at the end of that episode. So it'll be interesting to see if they retcon that to continue with the story, or if they're going to go with something completely different. We'll just have to wait and see. That comes out in 2024, I believe, for Marvel Zombies. And the last big thing that they announced was SpiderMan Freshman Year, which is going to be kind of a Elseworld story of Spider-Man, which is set during the events of Civil War. But instead of Peter being recruited by Tony Stark, he's being recruited by Norman Osborn instead. He's going to have a much different school life. So this isn't going to be voiced by Tom Holland. This is going to be a completely different actor voicing the character of Peter Parker. This isn't taking place in the MCU's main universe. It's taking place in an alternate universe. So of course you're going to have different variants and things like that. And we saw there's going to be a lot of classic villains. And the design style for the characters looks very much out of the classic Spider-Man comics. So I'm actually surprised, but it seems like they're blending a lot of other elements from the more modern takes of the character into the series. The only confirmed voice cast that we've got is that Charlie Cox is reprising his role as Daredevil for the animated series. He will be doing the voiceover for it. But that's another series that is coming out in 2024. And they also said that it's been a greenlit for a second season. And they said the second season was going to be titled the sophomore year. So they're probably going to do a total of 4 seasons, most likely, for the series. But those are the major things that happened during the Marvel Studios animation panel. And just a couple of things I wanted to kind of touch base on here with this video. Again, it's not a huge video. I did some other things non-Marvel related, since this is kind of like a proper rundown at this point. They did announce that the first animated film coming from the Avatar Studios, which is the new studio, the 2 co-creators of Avatar: Last Airbender, they broke off from Netflix and they were doing their own studio to come up with their own projects set in the Avatar: The Last Airbender universe. So the first one is supposed to be an animated miniseries or movie that takes place with the more young adult versions of Aang and the rest of that Team Avatar gang. So that's going to be the first announcement for that. It's very exciting. It's nice to see that Marvel Studios is doing more animated features, because I'm a huge proponent of animation. I've always have been, always will be. One of the few people that probably held What If in a higher regard than most of the other people that I've seen reviewing the series. So I'm glad we're getting a season 2 and a season 3 as well, because there's so many different sort of Elseworld stories that you can tell. And Marvel Zombies sounds like it's going to be really interesting and really intense, especially being the first one that's rated TVMA. So I'm very interesting to see how they're going to handle that. X-Men 97 has been talked about and hyped up, and it's good that we got to see some character designs and a little bit of like pre-animatic footage that they showed off during it as well. So that's going to be exciting as well. So those are just the big things from day one. I don't know when these videos are going to come out, so hopefully they're not going to take way too long for me to get. Hopefully you'll stick around. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Let me know what your thoughts are with this news in the comments down below. As always, thank you so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. And with all of my videos, it means a lot to me. If you are new to the channel again and you enjoyed this sort of video, I've got a ton of different videos on this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. And hopefully you'll like and subscribe to the channel off of those videos as well. You can expect a few more videos coming from me this weekend. I don't know if they're all going to be this weekend, but within the course of this week, you will be seeing these videos populate the internet as long as I'm home to edit them. So let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on a lot of different social media platforms listed at the end of this video. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And as always, until next time, I will catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you did like this video, why not give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends? You can subscribe to the channel by clicking on my gorgeous little face right over there. You can follow me on all the various social media platforms right below. And last but certainly not least, if you've got a few extra minutes, why not check out one of the lovely videos floating right over here. Later.